Explore page on Instagram is a complete and utter disaster at this point, and I can't open it up in public anymore. It's getting to the point where I have to turn my phone to the side while I'm on the bus so people can't see the filth that's on my screen. It's a bunch of fat women. It's a bunch of feet pictures. Then there's a random woman, where her ass is spread wide open, her pups are falling off from the side. It's either that or cute black guys wearing Moncleses and Cartier glasses, and iced out rollies and a lot of jewelry and fast cars. But I have my Explore page this way for a specific reason. The Bible says that the eyes are the window to the soul. The things you see on a daily basis, that becomes you. That becomes who you are. The food you consume, the things you watch, all the content you consume on a daily basis, that becomes who you are. And so I use the Explore page as a tool to become the person I want to be. And who will that person be? Well, let's see. I want to become a black guy that wears a lot of expensive clothes, expensive jewelry, drives around expensive cars, and has a lot of sex with a lot of fat, thick, overweight white women. That's who I want to become. And so in order for me to become that person, I need to consume the things through my eyes, the window to the soul, so these images become my new reality. These images need to be engraved in my subconscious mind. And so you'll literally see me on the bus crouched over with a hoodie on my phone, staring off into feet pictures on Instagram. And I'll go down a deep rabbit hole of feet pictures, and I find new feet picture pages and feet picture models. And women just lubing up their feet, just putting things in between their toes. Women removing socks. Now, of course, I'm not supposed to be doing this type of stuff on the bus, but I don't care. Because people don't understand the spiritual world. You get caught looking at a fat woman with her pussy hanging out of her thong on Instagram, and people will just come to the conclusion that you're a pervert and you're disgusting. Not knowing that I'm probably the most spiritual person on this bus. I'm usually the most enlightened person wherever I go. And maybe, just maybe, if they ignore the fact that I'm looking at feet pictures and fat women on Instagram on the bus where everybody can see me, if they put that to the side and just had a conversation with me, maybe I can change their miserable existence. But of course, these people don't understand anything about life or the universe. They don't get it. And then they wonder why their life is a disaster. And the worst part of it all, these people fall for anything. There's this Hindu guy who pops up on my feed all the time. He's some sort of guru. His name is Sadhguru. He's from India. Disgusting looking guy. I've never heard what this guy has to say because I look at him. He looks like he smells like curry. He smells like curry and butt. Typical Hindu flavor. And so I'm going to sit down and listen to what this guy has to say. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Hindu boy Gandhi. I don't want to hear it, Muttahar. I'm sorry. If there's a guru, the guy better have Cartier glasses, he better be shredded, he better have a nice car, he better look like he smells good. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. You have to be very careful with these gurus. Before you sit back and listen to these gurus and all the nonsense, because by the way, it's all nonsense, by the way. It's always going to be some nonsense that makes no sense. But before you sit back to listen to these guys, you have to ask yourself the question, do I want to look like this guy Sadhguru? Or better yet, if it's acting like a Hindu guru, Sadhguru, are the hoes going to come, yes or no? The answer is no. Try it for yourself. Go to the flea market, get a bunch of rags, and dress like Sadhguru and walk down the street and see what happens. Or go to a bar and see what happens. As a man, you always have to ask yourself the question, what do the hoes got to say about this? You understand we're spiritually enlightened. Yeah, you understand we're spiritual guy. You understand guru. I understand. But what do the hoes got to say about this stuff? What do they think? If I become Muttahar's uncle, Sadhguru, if I start dressing and acting like him, are the hoes going to bust it open for a real nigga, yes or no? And quite often, we come to the realization that they will not, in fact, bust it open for a real nigga if you start acting this way. So then you have to ask yourself, what's it all for? You listen to these gurus, what's it all for? All the stuff they're chatting about, what's it all for? Spiritual fulfillment, to feel enlightened? I'm going to be fulfilled listening to your nonsense, Hindu guy. Really? How am I going to be fulfilled if I can't fulfill my load inside of a fat girl? Because I'll tell you what, you have to simplify all these things. It all boils down to you having sex with women. Your desire to hand out back shots. That's why I go to the gym. That's why I eat healthy. That's why I only care about myself. That's why I only look after my appearance. That's why my dream and aspirations is to drive around big body Benzes, G-Wags. Doesn't want to have a fat-ass crib with multiple cars in the garage. Because the only way you feel fulfillment as a man is if you're physically desirable to a lot of women. When you walk down the street, do women take a double take at you? Do women even know you exist? Remember, a lot of guys are invisible to women. And I don't care how spiritual you are, how enlightened you are, if don't even know you exist, you're not fulfilled, you're not enlightened. Your life sucks. You're walking around with a disgusting beard, probably smells like yogurt and milk, smelling like curry, following the footsteps of your dirty teacher, Sadhguru Guru from India, and you're bragging about the pineal gland, but you got no hoes. I mean, what are we talking about here, folks? And the funniest thing is a lot of guys fall for these traps. You know, I go on Instagram and I always see some guys reposting this guy, Sadhguru Guru. And they'll write something like, bro, that was so deep. Really? That was deep. How do I take all that nonsense coming out of his Hindu mouth and convert it to getting hoes? How do I take the knowledge and wisdom of Sadhguru Guru and convert it to being desirable to women? How do I get women to cream themselves over me? Because from my understanding, from what I'm seeing today, in today's day and age, if you become desirable to women as a man, your life becomes easier. Your life becomes fulfilled. People go to these gurus for answers when the answer is, my nigga, go get some hoes. Stop what you're doing and figure out what's wrong with me that I can't get any women and go out there and get yourself some hoes. It's that simple. And then you do things, you know, you have sexual intercourse with these women. And then after you guys go in the shower, you start urinating on her leg while you're in the shower. And you even go beyond that. You know, in the morning you wake up first in her. You make sure you wake up first. You go in the shower, you go in the bathroom, and you brush your teeth with her toothbrush. And let it be known, it's all wet and sloppy. Yeah, somebody just use your toothbrush. Then you guys are going to go somewhere, you know, you're going to drive her somewhere, and, you know, you guys are having a good time listening to music, driving down the highway. You rip a long fart out of your ass, lock all the windows, and she has to inhale all those fumes into her lungs. And even after doing all those things, she's still sexually attracted to a guy like you. That's what you call spiritual enlightening. That's what you call real fulfillment. I'm the real guru here. I'm the only spiritual guru that matters. Day after day, I'm telling you, wake up in the morning, stare off right into the sun, stroke your beef, start gooning, and start envisioning the things your dream life for at least an hour and a half. Deeply meditate. Live as if you were already living your dream desired life. At night before you go to sleep, you repeat this process all over again. You go to sleep thinking about your dream life. In the morning, after you did your meditations and you looked off into the sun, you go into the bathroom, you take a shower. But right before you take a shower, you lather yourself with baby oil. Moisturize all of your skin, start stroking your beef while you look at yourself in the mirror right into your eyes, and you give yourself words of affirmations. For 20, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, it doesn't matter. But of course, it's only worse if you're not fat and disgusting. You have to be in shape. You have to have a six-pack. And it's going to come from, you know, going to the gym every single day and eating a lot of steaks, a lot of eggs, and a lot of fruits. And don't drink any soda, fat ass. Don't drink any soda, fat ass, because you're fat. Who drinks soda? Are you a child? Oh, you got to drink your Capri Sun. Don't drink any soda. Don't drink any sugary beverages. Cut back on the calories. You're fat as can be. And then you want to take some time to listen to Sadhguru Guru. There's no bit there. There's no hope in a guy like Sadhguru Guru. There's only hope in a guy like me. Folks, go to my Patreon and give me $5. Give me $5 because I want to take all this money and open up a retreat for guys like you. Losers. Guys that are completely lost and have no hope in life. Guys, you know, because I see these guys on the bus, you know, I'm staring at feed pictures on Instagram on the bus, and these guys are looking at me like I'm crazy. You know, I'm the type of guy, I'm so observant, I look at people for 3 to 5 seconds, I can analyze I can break down their entire life. And think to myself, look at this guy. Pathetic. He's looking at me like I'm the crazy one. Meanwhile, he gets no hoes, I'm surrounded by fat women. I'm taking the bus because I want. He's taking the bus because he has no options. I have a Benz. I win the lottery every other week. And because I'm looking at fat women with their pussies falling off from the side of their panties on Instagram on the bus, he thinks I'm the crazy one. Folks, this world is upside down. And if you're not careful, you'll be dragged into this upside down world and be lost for the rest of your life. You'll be dragged into a world that there's no hoes, there's no women, there's no back shots. There's no cardiac glasses, there's no muscles, there's no eggs, there's no steaks. There's a lot of fatness, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of hemorrhoids. There's a lot of sorrow, and there's a lot of loneliness. I'm never lonely. I'm never lonely because there's always a fat girl one phone call away. How many of you can say the same? You know, you have all the Sadar. I've never listened to Sadar Guru. You have all the Sadar Guru knowledge, and all you've gotten from is walking around with a bunch of aprons all over you, smelling like curry and butt. Oh, and the cherry on top is there's no hose at the end of the road. Folks, go to my Patreon and give me $5. Don't even give me $5 for extra content or for no, for none of that. Just give me $5 just because. Just because I'm him. Just because I'm the greatest guru that's ever existed in life. And people like me are born to be treated like royalty. You know, you guys should be ashamed that I'm driving around a 2016 Mercedes. That's unacceptable for a guy like me. For a guru like me, it should be 2024 and up. Latest model. The fact that you're listening to me on a daily basis and you're allowing me to drive around a used Mercedes. No, wait a minute, because I just thought about this. I'm driving around town in a Mercedes from 2 bodies ago. Mercedes has upgraded the body, the design of their E-Class Mercedes twice already. And you're sitting there allowing me, the guy that's changing your lives on a daily basis, to drive around in these conditions. You know, all I'm going to say is that reflects more on you than it does on me. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. When you go to sleep at night, I hope it weighs very heavy on your conscience.